this is the other one. I finally brought myself to record, but I sped the video up as much as I could because I really don't want to talk for 10 minutes, and this is a very long speed paint. So this is a challenge where you make something really realistic, or at least as realistic as I could, and then slowly morph it to cartoon. And while my style does fluctuate often from cartoon to realism, cartoons really stress me out because I always seem to try and make it close to human anatomy if I'm drawing a human, but it's never quite right. So I usually like to stick to realism. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm good at it or that I don't do cartoons. I just prefer realism personally. So this was very difficult for me. Anyway, as you can see here, I'm drawing this fairy character thing. I've been drawing a lot of mythical creatures lately, and they just have all of the characteristics of a mythical creature, like wings and horns, and like she has gills, which, if you didn't know, are those things on her shoulders. I thought about doing them on her rib cage, but I didn't want to change the outfit I had in mind, so I just put them on her shoulders. So when I started this drawing, this original one, I actually didn't think I was going to do anything else with it. Like most of my drawings, I draw it and then it's done. But then I watched the video of Lavender Town where she did from realism to cartoon, and I thought that'd be a fun idea, so I basically just picked one of my drawings and did that. I thought this would be good for it, and I think it was a good choice, I just don't think it was executed well. And I do like the last one I did, the one that's most cartoony, or supposed to be, but I'm not very good at cartoons, especially if they're based on realism. Basically, I think it looks a little bit weird, but I had fun doing it, and it did get me out of my rut, so I would highly recommend this if you're in a rut, or if you just feel like it. It really doesn't matter when, just do it for fun. So I'm almost done with this one here, and originally I did plan on adding a second hand, like she was just sitting there, but then I was just feeling extremely lazy and decided to only draw one hand, which I don't think this is a good idea. You probably shouldn't do this. Just practice drawing both hands. It's good practice. I was just feeling very lazy. So her hand is beside a rock, and it's going to continue to be behind a rock in every single interpretation of this drawing. Sorry, I guess. In this original one, I did actually add a background. It's just a bunch of trees, it's not that good, but I decided to just make the background gray because if I was going to redo this over and over again, I didn't want to also have to redo the background. And if you're going to do this challenge, I'd recommend doing the same thing. Just have a simple background because it makes it a lot harder to redo the background like 4 times. Anyway, now we're getting to the next drawing, which is basically the same thing but with line art. And line art can be realistic. I just think in comparison, it's a little less realistic. And I really struggled with this because I've been using the automatic tool, which is very helpful, but if you're trying to shade something with the smudge tool, then it kind of brings in that line art into your color. So I tried to use the same automatic tool and erase the line art, which ended up looking, well, I don't think it looked weird, I just think it was strange, but it does mean you have to duplicate the original line art. I don't know. It's kind of complicated and it's a weird method. But now we're getting to the third drawing, and I did only do 4. I know you're supposed to do 5, but I don't know. I did 4. This is probably my least favorite. I like the hair. That's it. I really don't like this one very much. I think the face looks a little bit off, and I'm sorry if I just ruined it for you, but that's just my opinion. I don't like it very much. And this is the last one. I think this is my second favorite. And like I said earlier, I'm not so great at cartoons, so I struggled with this one. But I basically just tried to exaggerate every feature, even like her hair. Like her hair, her body, like her hands only have 3 fingers, they're short. Her wings are a lot smaller. So yeah, I just tried to exaggerate everything. But anyway, here is all of them side by side, and you can see how it changed. Thank you for watching. stay safe, please.